At the highest level of professional sport, most careers follow a predictable bell curve of peak and decline. One individual, however, has maintained a trajectory that resists the standard biological limitations of the game. To find the starting point of this trajectory, we have to look past the trophy rooms of Europe's elite clubs and return to a much smaller map. The location is Funchal, on the island of Madeira, a volcanic outcrop in the Atlantic, closer to the coast of Africa than the footballing capitals of Portugal. The environment was defined by in a small tin-roofed house, where his father the probability of a child from this specific background reaching the professional tier is negligible. The path from these hillsides to a world stage is rarely supported by the data of sports science. This raises a question of origin. Is his subsequent career the result of rare physiology, a mindset forged by these early hardships, or a level of obsession that hasn't been replicated? To find the answer, we have to look at the specific moments where he chose to prioritize performance over every other aspect of his life. At 12 years old, he left Madeira for Sporting CP in Lisbon. He arrived as a teenager with raw technical ability, but he was quickly forced to adapt to a high-pressure professional academy. His highly anticipated arrival in England with Manchester United brought a sharp increase in physical demand and global scrutiny. Old Trafford represents one of the most demanding stages in the sport. The Premier League is designed to test the physical durability of every newcomer. He spent his first seasons being criticized for his light frame and perceived inconsistency. Rather than avoiding the contact, he used the criticism to fuel a total physical transformation. The change was visible. He spent hours in the gym after team training concluded, building the strength necessary to dominate a league that had previously overwhelmed him. By the time he left England, he was no longer a specialized winger. He had built himself into a versatile athlete, capable of outrunning and outjumping almost any defender in the game. In Madrid, the pressure shifted from prove yourself to the league to a demand for historical dominance on a global scale. This era was characterized by a rigid, daily adherence to recovery and nutrition that exceeded professional standards. Teammates frequently reported him being the first to arrive at the training ground and the last to leave. This private routine translated directly into his performance in the most high-stakes tournament in the world. The Champions League became his benchmark. He began scoring at a rate that made the most difficult competition in Europe look like a predictable exercise. The photographic record shows a player who didn't just win. He established a cycle of success that spanned nearly a decade at one club. This period suggests that his success wasn't a matter of luck, but the result of a deliberate psychological decision to never accept a plateau. Beyond club football, he took on the responsibility of leading a national team that had never won a major international trophy. When Portugal finally secured the European Championship, it confirmed his ability to drive an entire squad toward a result that had previously eluded them. The sheer volume of individual awards serves as a physical count of his consistency. He has outperformed his peers across 20 different seasons. This longevity has forced a reevaluation of what is possible. He is still breaking world records at an age when most professional athletes have already retired. Today, he stands as a global figure whose influence extends far beyond the pitch, watched by millions every time he plays. Looking at the trajectory from Madeira, he has changed the expectations for human performance, showing that discipline can extend a peak well past its traditional limits. Yet, a question remains. We can track the goals, the transfers, and the physical data, but the exact origin of the drive that prevents him from slowing down is something we can only speculate on. Was it a unique biological gift, a mindset forged by the isolation of his childhood, or a relentless need to prove the statistics wrong? What do you think really happened? Share your theory in the comments, like the video, and subscribe to the channel for more mysteries, unsolved cases, aviation stories, and fascinating documentaries. Like, comment, and subscribe for more incredible mysteries.